we're going to check in with some of our crews that are in the field, and they include people that we have stationed at some of the most suspicious areas of this, but everywhere is now kind of suspicious here.
We've talked a lot about Baldwin County this morning, but we also want to check in on Mobile County. Nicolette Schleisman along the causeway for us this morning. Nicolette, describe what you are seeing there on the causeway.
Well, Jessica, right now we are technically in Baldwin County, but I drove through Mobile County to get to where we are. We're at Cafe Del Rio, which is just past the USS Alabama here along the causeway. And the main thing that we are seeing is that wind and rain. We are seeing some really strong gusts of wind here just within the past few minutes. This sign outside of Cafe Del Rio has been moving this morning. It is being pushed around by that wind. And I don't know if you can hear what we're hearing. I'm going to stop for a quick second. I don't know if you can hear that low hum. We have been hearing that consistently, especially when these winds have been picking up. I actually tweeted about it earlier, and someone responded that they heard it, a similar noise or that noise over their house, and they described it as a jet sitting over their house. And it has just been this consistent low hum out here as these winds continue to pick up. The trees are being, moved in this with this wind and these wind gusts, and that rain is just coming down sideways. And now where we are here on the causeway. Now on my way in, I was coming from Mobile, like I said, not terrible road conditions out there. Obviously there was some water over the roadway in some portions, but it was mostly just ponding, not any flooding that I saw when I was driving in around midnight. And I did see some tree limbs that were in the roadway, especially in the residential areas, but for the most part didn't see any major limbs down or anything like that. But we are continuously looking at Algo and AlDOT this morning, trying to keep track of anything that's happening. We're actually looking for it for ourselves to make sure that we can get out if we need to, because if they choose to close the causeway here, because it might be flooding. We can't see anything right now because it is still dark out. So we are monitoring that. We have seen a couple AlDOT trucks drive by. We've seen some Spanish Fort police officers drive by. Now, other than that, I haven't seen a lot of cars here along the causeway, one or two maybe, but mostly it's been officials driving around, checking the conditions here along the causeway.
I know that you know this, and usually the flooding on the causeway starts right there in the middle where the major intersection is with I-10, and then kind of spreads out from there. I'm a little surprised, given the forecast for storm surge, that the entire causeway is not covered with water this morning.
I am too, Bill, and I actually didn't come from that way, but Chad Petrie, who I'm with, did, and he said, there wasn't really a lot of problems coming from that portion of the causeway. He didn't really see any issues from that, but we know that Chocolata boat launch usually is pretty much full right now, but I haven't been back over that way yet this morning. We're kind of hunkered down where we are, just a little bit west of where that is, so we're it's kind of hard to see what's going on over there, but it is shocking that the causeway is still open this morning and no real issues of flooding, at least not yet.
Nicolette Schleisman reporting live on the causeway.